Just back in the door. It's Saturday. I ran a marathon last Sunday, so 6 days ago. Just back from my fourth run in those 6 days, and planned to do it at some point this week. Hadn't gotten around to it yet with work and settling back in and thought process, but I'm gonna have a shower and then tell you all about what I learned from doing a marathon, between the training and the thing itself. And I don't think I learned anything about running. It was just all about life. Okay, now bear with me. I know how pretentious it sounds to say that throughout a whole marathon and all the training I learned more about life than I did running, but it was just shot there. I did it. That's the medal. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. That's done. I wasn't too sure why I was running or why I was doing it, and like I always ran alone. I trained alone, and it was just time for me to be with my own head and my thoughts and sort of work through things. But what exactly I was working through, I had no idea. But I think I figured it out while I was out there on the course. At mile 22, I just suddenly felt peaceful and happy in myself, and I stopped running. So I ran from mile 1 to mile 17 with a pacer, 17, 18, and so I was in a group of about 10, 15 people, and then I did the next 4 or 5 miles on my own, and my brain just started just thinking through things. And by the time I'd done 22 miles, happy, peaceful, my body said, you don't have to run anymore. So I walked in the last 3-4 miles for a time of 4 hours and 5 minutes, and it was just so peculiar that in my head I thought I had to finish it. Like I had to run the marathon start to finish during training. I'd never walk, I'd never stop. I'd get considerably slower, but I wouldn't stop or walk. And it was the last thing I was expecting to feel that way during the course. But well, that's what happened to me on the day. I did learn a lot more before that and in culmination up to it. So as always, I have to write them out because like I don't wear my glasses when I record these. I probably should because I can't see. Even here to here I can't see, but whatever. Everything you do in life, like at all, work, college, training, anything, it's only you against yourself. Like even if you're in a race against another person and you want to get to the end point quicker than them so you win, you can only get there from all of your training, and the person you're competing against isn't going to be at your training. It's you pushing yourself to your goal. And while I knew that, it was only when I was doing this, which resulted in me having to face myself repeatedly, that I came to realise it, which then also had me coming to the realisation that your brain is your best friend and also your worst enemy, as it can make you want to stay in bed and your alarm goes off, or it can push you out so you go, or when you finish work and you want to go for a run after hour training or anything at all, and you think you have nothing left in you, and your brain goes, yeah, you're right, you're not going anywhere. That sort of is the other side of it too. While your brain will carry you through all those things, if you've done all of your training and on the day of the marathon or an exam or a race or anything, and your brain just isn't there, like you're not in the zone, you're not prepared, like you're not mentally prepared, you're not going to do it. It doesn't matter. And that was a thing for me for about 10 of the 14 days before the marathon. I was just like, I don't know, will I finish? Can I finish? How far can I get to a finish? But eventually I just put those thoughts out of my head and got in and did it, and here we are now. I have that medal, but more importantly I have my peace and happiness. But I got a shiny thing. On the way there, everyone started talking about how it was like one of the hardest courses in the country, and I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, there's a load of hills. I was like, oh, okay. So what hill training did you do? No, none. There are no hills where I am. I didn't do any hill training. Oh, okay, that's cool. You must have loads of marathon experience then. Like you're feeling confident. I was like, No, I've none of that either. What? And they all look to me, why are you doing this marathon? Like, this is your first marathon, and out here they're like, there's gonna be torrential rain, gale force winds. It's the wild Atlantic way. You are going to not survive. And I just looked at them and went, well, like, I decided in December I was going to do a marathon, and when I googled it on my phone, this was the first one. So I said, I'm going to talk myself out of this. So yeah, but I better sign up. And that was it, really. I didn't think about it too hard. But I never had severe doubts of me not finishing. It was only a couple of weeks beforehand, but I think your brain just plays with you during that time. And because I was like, I've done the training, I've done the time, I believe I'm going to get there. And that's because you've got to believe in everything that you're doing, and no matter what it is. As always, like, people might see this and think, oh yeah, Grant, he's just talking about exercise, he's just talking about a marathon, or talking about going to the gym. No, it's anything. If you don't believe you're going to do it, don't bother. There's only 2 times, I think, or twice, that you shouldn't ever do something. If you don't believe you can do it, or if it doesn't make you happy, if you're not enjoying the process of doing something. So like, if you're in college, you're not enjoying the studying to get to your exam, to get to the next year. If you're not enjoying that, why bother? If you're going to work and you're not enjoying, not all of your day, because like, we're in work, if you're not enjoying bits of your day, find a new job. Life is short enough, and then we sleep for like a third of that, so it gets even shorter. If you're not happy and you're not enjoying your process, there's no point just enjoying the end goal, because the end goal is like this much. That's the end goal. The end goal takes up that much of your process. That's how much you're going to enjoy. The process itself is like, like, I don't know if I'm in frame, but like, the process is like this, and you're only going to enjoy this if you don't enjoy the process. So like, you got to learn what works for you. And probably the 2 things that I learned that I won't forget. I felt proud and happy because I did something I didn't have to do. I felt I had to go to college, and then everything after that I did as well, other courses or jobs, they're just natural progression of life for me. They're not for everyone. But the marathon wasn't. That was out of my way. So that made me feel very happy and very proud that I'd done that, because I didn't have to. And then I came to realise one thing that I think everybody knows, but we don't fully accept it. Everything that's happened to you before, so be it training, life, bad experiences, good experiences, they don't and will never define you as a person if you don't let them, but you can always let them drive you. And I think that's probably a good place to finish everything I learned while running 26.2 miles. I said this was my 4th run in 6 days since the marathon. Yeah, I really wonder why I did that, but then I remember I have to go to Wexford in like 8 days from now and do another half marathon, so I didn't use this too much. But yeah, so look, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. If you've ever done anything in life that sort of puts yourself out of a comfort zone, as I repeatedly say, marathon, race, college, work, anything, let me know what you learned from it. Maybe you learned nothing, or maybe you learned a whole new life lesson that has changed your whole outlook on everything. And you never know, you won't find those things unless you go out of your way to find them. So, good luck.